available to your speakers in 2017. Only on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Oh, games for playing. Okay. So I'll let you take some talk of that.
So I'm gonna kind of cheat this system because I just recently picked up a Saturn.
Okay.
You did.
You did?
Yes.
I
It's
helped.
been a while since I've owned a Sega system.
And you've never owned a Saturn, right?
Never owned a Saturn. I've owned a Genesis.
Did you ever play a Saturn?
I've played a Saturn at your place.
Okay.
The first time I remember, it was like a few years ago.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was when we first started hanging out. It's when you first moved into your apartment.
Okay.
And you're like, "Have you ever played Saturn before?" I'm like, "No." And I think you popped in. Was it? I'm pretty sure it was Doom. I'm thinking it was Hexen because it was like an RPG game.
Not sure. I used to have Dark Savior for it, but I got rid of that for something else. Usually when I show people like, hey, I'm going to introduce you to a system, it's probably Doom. It's the first game, because Doom is on
Doom
everything.
was definitely there.
Hey, have you ever used the fridge? Mine has Doom on it. No, it doesn't, but it should.
Doom runs on it.
So, how is your Saturn going?
I'm actually enjoying it more than I thought I would. First game I played was Virtual Fighter. And just like the floatiness of that game is just so fucking amazing. I just like it's just like it's just like I don't know, it's like playing a fighting game with like moon gravity on.
Yeah,
and
when you're like punching and kicking, everything's fine, but because Virtual Fighter's like 92, 93, when you jump, the game doesn't know how to handle proper physics like that.
Yeah.
So you like leap up like 15 feet in the air and take forever to fall down.
That's
just
sick.
But when
just,
you're on the ground, all physics apply. Like when you punch someone, they fall down like they would. There's a lot of like articulate martial art detail put in that, except for jumping.
So I'm just like, I remember just like seeing, well, when me and Evan were playing, Evan would like jump at me, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna kick him in the fucking face.
And you have like 3 seconds until he lands.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, yeah, kick him in the face, and he's just like down. And I always get him the like, because you can like knock people out of the arena, right?
Yep.
So I always try to push him towards the edge, just so I can get that one. And I don't know, he just can't just get over me or somehow, for some reason. So like that's how a lot of my wins, and I forget what his name is, but the guy with the fucking yellow hair.
Oh, Jackie Bryant.
Yeah, his kicks are amazing. It's so good, so good.
Well, what else are you playing?
I was going to elaborate a bit more.
Okay.
Look, my favorite character is the ripoff of Sonya, which is not a ripoff.
Oh, Sarah Bryant.
Yeah, I just fucking love the
Sarah
swing
Bryant.
blades. And one of my favorite wrestlers is Finn Balor, and he does a swing blade, and I love that fucking move. So another game I started playing on it was Shinobi.
Yeah, Shinobi Legions.
Didn't realize it doesn't fucking save.
It's old school, man. You die, that's it, man. You gotta get good.
Put like 2.5 hours into the game, and just like, oh, I feel like going to bed. Shut it off. I tried to check for like a save system. There's no save system. Like maybe it saves automatically. I don't know. I was like, this was like 3 a.m. I wasn't really thinking. I'm just like, I'm going to bed. Okay. But yeah, it's a really good platformer. The art style is fucking amazing. I like the cheesy
FMVs, yeah.
FMVs. They look pretty bad, but
the Saturn's not very good at like video encoding.
no,
It's
but
really
like
not.
it has like a nostalgic feel to it. So it just whatever. It's like watching a shitty VHS tape that's like been like fucking destroyed or something. The combat system's really fun. At first, I was really getting my ass kicked in it, but I'm figuring out how to dodge things, and like you have to be like aware of all your surrounding, because people will be throwing shit at you or type of thing, and people pop out of nowhere. Yeah, I recommend. It's like a fucking expensive game. It's like $150, right?
I'm not sure about Shinobi Legions, to be honest.
Okay.
When I got it, it was worth like $120 at the time.
Yeah.
And I got it in a bundle price, and I can't forget what I paid. I paid like $250 for 3 games.
Yeah.
And that was like a hell of a deal that I got.
Another game I've been enjoying is Ridge Racer. Not Ridge Racer. I mean,
Oh, is that
Daytona.
Oh, that is offensive. I take offense to that.
Sorry, I just like my mind's just like Ridge Racer.
Daytona USA is the greatest arcade racing game of all time.
It's like that E3 press conference of the guy just shouting Ridge Racer just got stuck in my head. But like the theme song, like your store, you work at games and just volunteering there and doing co-op over there, just like that theme song always playing. I didn't know it was the guy was saying Daytona, and then once I played that game, I'm like, oh, it's that fucking song that I hear in games all the fucking time. I wonder why, Oz.
Fucking love that.
Oh my god.
Love that song. I love that guy. There's a video out there of him remaking the song for an HD remake, and the camera's actually showing him doing the vocal performance, and he is so fucking into it. Like, he is smiling, he's snapping his fingers, he's moving his arms, his whole torso is going. He's so animated when he's singing the Daytona theme song. I'm like, this guy fucking loves his job, loves this song. I love this guy because of how much love he puts into this.
Yeah.
I don't even know his name. I should, but I don't. But I love that man.
I can see why. Just like gameplay wise, it's kind of weird because like you start like at the back and you have to work your way up to the front line, like first place. I never get that far. My car always gets fucking destroyed and just.
All you have to do is turn left, man.
Turn left. Back into the left.
No. No, you're editing that out. No.
Okay.
We're talking about Daytona, USA, Frankie.
I know. Just turn left. The one thing that bothered me was no multiplayer. That's like the one. Like I feel like racing games should have multiplayer, but that's about it.
Yeah, the Daytona really shouldn't, like, it deserves to be on the Saturn.
Yeah.
But compared to the hardware in the arcade version, the Saturn is nowhere near powerful enough to get a proper version of Daytona going. Plus, it is like a full screen game. Like, it's supposed to be just you, your car, against the world. And because it was an arcade game, there's not a lot of arcade racing games that are multiplayer on one screen that are like Daytona USA.
Okay.
So it's like, it's meant to hook up. I'm not sure if there's a system link. I think there is in the Championship Edition. I can't remember. But then there's obviously the Netlink Edition, which you could play online, and that's how you're supposed to play it. Except they never sold that copy of the game aside from the Sega store. You'd have to like get online or phone in.
And it's
that's why no one has it.
Price.
No one has it but me.
Yeah.
Finger bang.
That's your most expensive game.
Yeah.
Okay.
By like leaps and bounds. What else do you want to talk about the Saturn? Or whatever you're playing.
Knights.
Do you love Knights or do you hate Knights?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's like...
Well, you only got two options. You love the game or you hate the game. That's...
I enjoy it, but it's like, what the fuck am I doing?
You're going right or you're going left.
It's just like, what the fuck? I was expecting something different, and I'm just like, what? Like... I'm confused. It's like, it kind of confuses me a bit because when you die, you just turn into this fucking human guy, and you're just running around, and you jump back into the Knight's character. I'm just like, okay. I don't hate it. I like it. I just it's kind of relaxing in a way. I'll admit I only put like a half an hour to an hour into it, so I'm pretty sure I don't hate the game.
Okay. So you're gonna love it then. It's gonna grow on you.
Yeah.
It's
just like
it's like that's it. You can't be mediocre.
We're at that like awkward dating stage.
It's gonna get serious. Where I'm on like the same point of I fucking hate Knights. I hate it.
Why do you own it?
It's a good Saturn exclusive to have. I got it for really cheap, and it's like it's just there. If people want to test Saturn stuff, Knights is a good game for people to test it with. But I fucking hate it.
Yes, other than Saturn stuff, PUBG, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, a lot of that. It's good battle royale shooter. I know like a lot of people are trying to like. I feel like nobody has made this type of game perfect yet.
Yeah.
I feel like the battle royale isn't. It's not. It's like the game's not out. Like it's still an alpha, so I can't say it's like it still has a chance of being the perfect one. But like this started off with an Arma mod, and then it grew into H1Z1, King of the Kill, and the people that actually worked at H1Z1 left the company and made Battlegrounds.
Well, at least someone's enjoying the game, even though it's like number 2 on Steam.
Yeah, a lot of people are enjoying it. I feel it's like in that, like, you know, everybody's just hopping on the bandwagon and type of thing.
Well, how much does the game even cost?
It's not that expensive.
Like $40 or something like that?
I paid less than 30.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It's like a cheap game. Like, a lot of people are getting pissed off because, like, there's like, you know how the whole like CS:GO skin system?
Yeah.
They implemented it. They have their version of it in that game, and people are like selling like freaking like skirts and stuff for like ridiculous amount. Like, if you get the skirt in the game, it's worth like $600. It's fucking ridiculous.
Was it like with crates or something? Or
yeah,
like
it's with crate. It has a crate system.
Oh, okay.
Fucking hate systems like that.
Yeah.
I just don't care about like apparel stuff. I just like, you know what? I'll just stick to the core gameplay and have fun with that.
Even like Rainbow Six now has that. It's ridiculous. It's spreading everywhere.
I might be interested in Rainbow Six if I can wear a skirt, to be honest.
That would be
That
would make it a lot more interesting.
An armored kilt.
Like, to get like this whole schoolgirl thing, like, you pretty much have to be fucking rich to do it. Like, my character just looks like some Asian
maybe
guy.
if you don't have a real girlfriend to spend money on,
yeah,
you can dress your friend up as a girl in game for $600.
Yeah, you can have
for $600.
Your own wife.
No, that's just for the fucking skirt. That's not the whole outfit.
Oh jeez.
Now we're getting a little like, yeah, that's kind of expensive.
Okay.
$600, okay, but
you wanna? I guess you can go now, Devin. I'm done.
Okay, what game do I enjoy? I recently got introduced to the Souls series, and I'm loving them right now. Specifically, like Bloodborne. I put in quite a bit of hours since I got it about like a week and a half ago. For me, like the thing I love about it is just like the challenge, right? Most games that are coming out now are just so easy, and that's like what's boring me so much, right? And it's just keeping my attention a lot. Like I can spend 2 hours on a boss and still lose, but once I actually beat it, I feel like I just like accomplished something so great. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just reminds me of like when I was younger and I was playing actual like difficult games. It's kind of like reminiscent of that feeling of like frustration, but like
Not holding your hand as much.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't know, like these like Call of Duty, for example. It's not challenging. It's so easy. Like I don't really play it that much, but it's just most games that are coming out now are just exactly like that. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
When you say that it reminds you of like old school gaming or things that you grew up with, I had someone bring it to my attention that the reason why they love Bloodborne so much is because they're a big Castlevania fan, and there's a lot of similarities in how, who does it again? Not Platinum. From Software.
Yeah.
Does Bloodborne. They're taking a very like 90s Konami approach to the design of the game, where it's like, obviously aside from its like Victorian era aesthetics and difficult gameplay, it has a lot of Castlevania thematics to it.
Oh yeah,
with
absolutely.
its range of monsters from like undead or even some like folklore stuff, werewolves and stuff like that. Where Castlevania is generally an intimidating franchise until you know what you're doing, and then it's a cakewalk.
Exactly.
And they're like, Bloodborne represents that more than the Souls series, just because of the aesthetics and monster choices that they have. It's just like, I love Castlevania, I love that, which is why I'm not a fan of the Souls games, but I'd be willing to give Bloodborne a shot just because I'm such a big Castlevania buff, and even as an outsider looking in, I could see the similarities with that. Yeah,
definitely. Like, I remember, I think I first tried to play, like, Dark Souls when I was, like, 13 or 14, and I probably played it for about an hour, and, like, deleted it. I hated it so much.
I got into, like, a half an hour, I'm like, I kept getting my ass kicked by this one boss. I'm like, fuck this.
It probably wasn't even a boss.
No, probably not. I'm just like, fuck this. I'm done.
Yeah, it just like kind of throws you into it without like any explanation. Like there's a small tutorial like, hey, this is how you hit, this is how you jump, etc., etc. But it doesn't actually explain how to do anything other than that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But after just like my buddy showing me, okay, you do this, this, and this. It's just like the same thing in every game, like how to get started. And I don't know, it's just super addicting. I'm addicted to it right now. I love it. And what other game? What was the game that you recently got on PlayStation?
Oh, Horizon.
Oh, have you played much of that?
I played a bit of it. It was like, I played like about like half an hour into it. I guess I forgot about it.
Well, that means you're not playing it.
Yeah.
Well, like I'm not I put like 2 hours in like 3 weeks ago or something like that.
That's not much.
So I was just like, I'm gonna leave that out. But I'm really enjoying it. One thing that's really weird about it is like, I'm going from Zelda to that game. It's like I can't fucking climb anything.
I remember you mentioning this.
I'm like, I want to climb shit. Let me fucking climb it. But yeah, go on. This is not my turn.
Oh yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I don't know. Other than like the Souls series, I honestly haven't even really been playing that much other games. I did play PUBG for the first time at your house like 2 days ago, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. I don't know. After playing H1Z1, I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it that thoroughly because I don't know, H1Z1 was like okay, but it wasn't. It felt so clunky. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
the shooting system's really bad.
It was, yeah. I thought the shooting was terrible in it, but PUBG definitely has that down when you can.
Yeah,
play it.
it's pretty nice. It's not like too difficult. It's not like Arma ridiculous where it's like real super realistic,
no,
but then it's not like super like I guess fake and I don't know.
Yeah, like
I'm trying to figure
a
a game. Yeah, Call of Duty, I guess. I don't know.
Everything's in relation to Call of Duty.
Fuck Call of Duty.
Essentially, yeah.
Cancer to the gaming industry.
But no, once I get a graphics card upgrade, I'm probably gonna buy it, and then I'll be addicted to that too. So
right now you're just on Bloodborne then?
pretty much, I've been playing a little bit of Rise of the Tomb Raider. I really like that. It's kind of just like a not as good Uncharted, essentially. But I haven't played it for about like a week and a half. But I don't know. I like it a lot. Story's interesting. A big improvement from the last Tomb Raider.
I felt like that game was really good for me to get back into the Uncharted series because Uncharted 4 was coming out, and I just like I want to play something similar to it to get me hyped up. So that was a good gateway drug, I guess.
I usually find when a new series takes from an old series and improves upon it so much that when the old series makes a return, it's not as good as the new series that copied from it. Now, what immediately comes to my mind is like Thief is... I fucking love Thief. I love the original Thief. Thief 2 and Thief 3. I'm in a minority when I prefer the third one to the second one, but whatever, I love the original trilogy. Dishonored is like the perfect reimagining of Thief. I love Dishonored so much because like this is what Thief would be like now. And then they decided to try to redo Thief, taking elements from Dishonored, and it wasn't nearly as good as Dishonored, let alone the original trilogy of Thief games.
Yeah.
And the new Tomb Raider has that exact same problem. That while it's fine by itself, it's not as good as Uncharted, which is better than Tomb Raider. So it's kind of like... I don't know. It's weird watching another developer take on your product and do a better job of it because it's new, and then when you go to do a better job than they did and you fail, what do you do?
Yeah, those are my two games that I've been investing most of my time into at the moment.
Okay, I've got originally it was going to be 2, but when I was doing some recording, it turned out to be 3. So I'm part of the Game of the Month thing. We can talk about that later, maybe. But I'm playing Command & Conquer on the Nintendo 64. It's Game of the Month, so have to beat that. That's my job. It's not actually my job. It's what I've got to do as a man, as a gamer. I have to beat every Game of the Month, even if I fucking hate the game. I don't hate Command & Conquer. I love the original.
Okay.
But I'm going through that. I'm about halfway through. And for the first time in about 6 or 7 years, I paid for Xbox Live. I'm a gold member for quite a few months. That's a whole different story, but one of the free games that they have on there, not for like free for the month, but one of those free-to-play games, is Dungeon Defenders 2. Now, I played a shit ton of the original when it came out. I bought a 4-pack with some friends and traded one of those for a copy of Minecraft. Didn't like Minecraft, whatever. Put the time into Dungeon Defenders. And I was the top DPS for one of the classes, Huntress, which doesn't really deal with the actual making towers and traps portion. They're mostly the active hero DPS to manually deal with the monsters. So I was top DPS like 5 different times, and every week they were releasing more content, so I kept having to dump like 5 to 6 hours a day, maybe even 10 hours a day, grinding the new stuff to keep the best gear to keep my place as the top DPS. I did this for like 4 months on top of working, and it just burnt me out forever. So I decided I'll try the sequel out. It's free. I'm fucking hooked again. Like, I'm so hooked. I have such a tall hill to climb right now, and I'm climbing it. Like, I am climbing those ranks. I'm nowhere near the top, but that's just going to keep me invested. I know what I have to do, the maps I have to do, the difficulties. They have little trials you have to do. When you beat the trials, you can do the real version of those super difficult maps called, like, Chaos Incursions or something like that. So I'm working on getting to max level with that so I can get the best gear and start grinding. So that's what I've been doing for, like, the past week. When I'm supposed to be recording, I'm like, fuck, I just want to play Dungeon Defenders right now. The third game, I have to beat the original Wolfenstein 3D again, because when I was recording some footage for this, an achievement popped when I was playing the Xbox One version that's backwards compatible with the 360 download. And I was like, what the fuck? I've 100%ed this, like 8 years ago. I had to do a bit of researching and found out there's a new copy of Wolfenstein 3D that's not the old copy, because the old copy was published by Activision. And when they pulled that and put it back on the marketplace, it was now published by Bethesda and based on the European version, not the North American version. Which means, completely different set of achievements. You have to do the same things, the achievements are called the same thing, but they're different. And as an old school id Software guy, I have to have all of the achievements, so I have to 100% Wolfenstein 3D all over again. I'll have it done by next week. But that's what I'm working on right now. I'm gonna finish up Command & Conquer, I'm gonna finish up Wolfenstein, and I'm gonna pour the shit out of Dungeon Defenders.